Well, if you've watched the previous video on creating a website using downloadable templates, you will have seen that we created a page that looks something like this. Now, what I'm going to show in this video is how we can change the various parts of this page, so the photographs and the text and so on, in order to use this template to create your own website. And here it is again. Now this is exactly the same template you saw just a moment ago, but as you can see it looks completely different because I've changed all the photographs. Photographs here, here, and down here. All these photographs have been changed. I've also changed the wording on these links along here. I've added in some different text here. Again, I've changed the wording on the links along here. I've taken out the graphics that were on these boxes here and here. And so this is for travel or holiday website, whatever your business happens to be. The point I'm making here is you can take any template that you can download for free and simply change it around by changing photographs, changing the content to suit whatever purpose you want for your own particular business. It's important also to note that all of these photographs you see were obtained for free. They weren't taken by me, they're not my photographs, but you can find these photographs, download them without infringing anyone's copyright. You have total right to use them for free, and we'll go through exactly how you do that in the Power of Free toolkit. And you can get photographs that look like this, and quite professional looking photographs to use completely legitimately on your website. Now, one photograph I haven't changed is this one down here, and also I haven't changed the text in that link. So I'm going to use this video to show you how I've gone about doing all of this. The whole process actually, just to change from the original template you saw for the Chinese restaurant to this one you're looking at now, took me about an hour or so. Most of the time was probably taken in just resizing the photographs and then just republishing them to the server. So I'm going to just show you how easy this is to do, because really all you have to do is just change the photographs and change some of the text, and that's it. And let me just add also that you could in fact be a great deal more creative than I've been here on this example. You could, for example, instead of having a photograph there, perhaps have a new logo, and you can get logos created for you, again without having to spend any money on it. Some very professional looking logos. You could, for example, if you wanted, perhaps have a video going on here, and there's all sorts of other things you could have done. So this really is just a very basic example to show you, just really get the concept across of what's actually possible, and thereafter it's up to your own creativity to decide how good you want your particular website to look. Alright, so let's focus in then on the part of the website which we're now going to change. We're going to change this section here. We're going to change the photograph, we're going to change the wording on this link, and we might as well change this bit of text here as well. So what we're looking at present is the photograph that came with the template when we downloaded it. So we're simply going to go and find a different photograph, something which fits in with the theme of this new page that we're creating, which is about travel or holidays. We'll then rename that photograph with the same name as this particular image here has at present, and we'll upload that to the server, and we will then go into the code, find these pieces of text here and change them, and also upload that to the server to give the page the look that we wanted to have. So I've gone into Microsoft Office Picture Manager here, which you almost certainly will have on your own computer, to have a look at the image which we downloaded with the template. And particularly what I'm interested in is the actual size of it. As you can see, it's 92 by 72 pixels. And this is the image which I've downloaded and want to use on my website instead of the original photograph that came with the template. Now, as you can see, this is substantially bigger. This is 2300 by 2800 pixels. So what we need to do is reduce the size of the image, and I'll do that right now, and we'll come back in a moment and look at the reduced size image. And there we go. So we're now down to 92 by 72. As you can see, I've had to reshape the image as well by using the crop facility within Picture Manager, but what we end up with is a reduced size picture, which is now the same size as the original photograph that came with the template. And I'm going to use this to create a section called, let's call it Beach Holidays. So, got a picture of a parasol here on a beach. That seems to get the message across. Now I've just come back to my desktop here to have a look at the images which are now on the website, and particularly to look at the file names of the various images. And as you can see, what I've done here is these were the file names that came with the photographs that were in the original template, and all I've done is saved the new photographs with the original names. Why? Because these file names are what are referenced in the code. So the code is telling any browser that happens to look at the page, go and find an image called picture_1 and place that in a particular location on the web page. So it follows logically that if we want to change the picture, all we need to do is maintain the file name, so we don't need to do any recoding, and simply just change the photograph that goes with that file name. So here is the original photograph, and this is called picture_5. So all we need to do is simply change the picture, which is called picture_5. Now you'll also notice that in the original picture they've got this nice little frame around it. We're not going to bother doing that right now. I'm just simply trying to show you how you go about changing the photograph. Anything you want to add sort of graphically or creatively afterwards is up to you. But right now I'm just trying to show you how you go about very quickly and totally without any cost changing the image. So let's go ahead and change the picture which goes with this file name. So we're simply going to save the image which we saw over on Picture Manager as picture_5. Okay, so back in Picture Manager, there's the picture which we want to now save as picture_5. So if we simply go File, Save As, so we're saving it in our Images folder. Here are all the images which, or the file names anyway, which were with the original template. And so one of them is picture_5, so we'll simply save it as picture_5 simply by just selecting that's the file we want, save, and of course our computer now tells us picture_5 already exists. Do you want to replace the existing file? Yes, we do. That's the whole point of the thing. We want to change the picture, which is called picture_5. So let's do that. And now if we come back to our desktop, there we go, we can see the picture_5 now looks like this, which is the picture we want for our beach scene. Okay, so all we need to do now is take this new picture_5 and upload it to our server. So we're now going to FTP this up. So here is the old picture_5. So let's just delete that. So we'll delete that, yes. And there's a new one, so we'll simply upload that. And there it goes. And if we come back now to our website and refresh the page, and there we are. There's our new photograph on our web page. So now let's deal with some of this text. We want to change the wording on this link here. So we'll change that, let's say, to beach holidays. Seems to be fitting for this particular website. And let's also change, let's get rid of this demo text and we'll put something in here to say, whatever you want to say it really. Why not go on a beach holiday, for example? So to do this we need to go into the code on the index HTML file and simply find the code and change it. Okay, so I've come back to the desktop here and I'm looking at the files which we use to make up this web page. So all the image files are here in this images folder, and then we have the style sheet, and the actual web page itself is made from this index.html file here. So if we open this up, open with Notepad. Now just come back to the website for a moment and have a look at the existing wording on the link which we want to change. It says today's hot item name. So that's the wording we're looking for in the code. Now you could do this in a web editor, but in fact you don't even need to. So I'm going to do this in Notepad. What I've done here is I've simply got on top of Notepad, pressed Edit and then Find. I've put in the beginning part of the text that we're looking for, and there is the piece of text that we're looking for. So there is the occurrence of that line of text. So all we need to do now is simply change it. So let's simply delete the existing wording and put in what we want, which is beach holidays. And now all we do is file and save. And back over to FTPing it up to the server, so we simply go to the existing version of index, we delete that, and we upload the new one. And back over to our browser, let's have a look at what happens to the page when we update it. And there we go. It now says beach holidays. So it really was as straightforward as that. All we had to do was go into the code in Notepad and find the piece of text we were looking for and change the text. You don't really need any coding skills. If you can simply find a piece of text using edit and find and simply change the text, and that's it. And finally, let's just deal with this demo text. Let's take this out and let's put something else instead. So let's simply go back to the code and go back to the section we were working on where we changed the beach holidays, and it's very likely we'll find close to that this demo text. Okay, so I've opened the index.html again in Notepad, and this is the section we were working on previously, beach holidays. You see we changed there, and sure enough, right underneath it we have some demo text goes here, some demo text, some demo text. Okay, so all we need to do is simply change that for something else, and it will become what we want it to become. So I'm just going to change this to something to do with beach holidays. Alright, so you can see what I've done there. I've simply put in some new text which says, come and enjoy a great beach holiday with us, we're the best in the world. So all we need to do is what we did before, which was file and save. And so back to the FTP, so we'll just take out the previous index, upload our new index, head back on over to our browser, and let's see what happens when we refresh the page. And there we go. Come and enjoy a great beach holiday with us, we're the best in the world. And so we've now been able to change the photograph, the link, wording, and also the wording in this section. So there's our new website. So we've changed all the photographs here, and we've changed some text, and of course you could carry on and change the text there and everywhere else. We've changed the wording of these various links, and generally we've made the original template look like what we want it to look like, which is to suit our own particular needs, in this case for a business related to travel or holidays. Now all of that, as you saw in changing this section down here, only took about I think it was about 10 minutes, and the whole process of changing the whole template to suit your own needs would probably take you an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And everything you really need to know about getting these free photographs and free templates, and also how to create logos for free, how to put videos on your website, and also build in some interactive features, is all covered in the Power of Free toolkit, as well of course as the most important part of all, which is the strategy of how to make money from all of this. And of course there's no point in doing any of this unless it's going to become a business which is going to bring you in money month after month, and how to do that and the strategy behind it, and how to build the business without incurring cost and maximizing your margins and everything you sell is covered in the Power of Free toolkit. I'm very happy to show you a preview of the Power of Free toolkit, so just click on the link below to have a look.